Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So we're on the daily, nothing really there, just a half decent range that's forming. And looking at it, the 8 hour, it is a barbed wire range. In other words, total confusion. Sellers do look like they're trying to get into control of this at 17,747. One thing is for sure is if you just look at what structure is below us and look where the major structure is. One more. And let me just put one more in. That's pretty important. There we go. So this area down here at 16,986, 1700. So let's just say 1700. That is where the major support is on the 8 hour, and look at that, it is still above the 150 EMA, so it would technically still be in an uptrend with a fall of around 3.7%. Sorry, we have to work at the other way around. Fall 3.7%. So I'm very reluctant to be jumping in up here, that's for sure, just based on what we're seeing there. And if we just drill down to the 3 hour, we are still very much in a range, and yesterday's price action on the hour was pure range at the moment. So I'm reluctant for longs, very reluctant for longs or shorts, to be honest. Yesterday was just sideways. There was nothing, absolutely nothing that was indicating anything. This rejection on the upside, look at how many times we rejected the 17,747. Not quite going like a Boeing, but rejecting this area. So probably coming down for some kind of a landing. And this is, to me, the bottom end of the wider range. But then again, we have a smaller range which has formed. And if you look left, you can see the importance of this level at 17,690. Now the S&P's got some interesting price action on it, which looking like some bearish setups on the 15-minute, but there's also a structure for a moves to the upside. So if you just translate that into the DAX as well, yesterday, I'm so glad I wasn't even looking at the charts yesterday. So let's look at this. I mean, this is above and below, above and below, above and below, above and below. And, often retail traders, and some of you are new retail traders, and you feel you have to make money every single day. You've got your target, you've got your goals. And when you get days like this, you lose more money than you make, which puts you under pressure to make more money the next day. And eventually it leads you to decide that you know what's happening, and you forget to put your stops in, or you refuse to put your stops in. Or, as I read in the comments, you just hold on to a trade which is in the wrong direction, which is really silly, guys. You should always have an exit plan. Your exit plan should be defined first. Even if it goes back and turns in the opposite direction, it doesn't matter. You should have an exit plan. Your number one rule is protect capital. So holding on to jumping in short and holding on to shorts at the moment is not the wisest idea. The institutions can see where you are, and they know that that's how they make money. They can just keep putting pressure on you, because you're not the only one doing it. Trust me, 90% of retail traders fail. So you're not the only one. And there's millions and millions of people out there dabbling and trading. So, yeah, just I cringe when I see those comments. I would rather not bother with the trade. You earn more in interest than what you do risking something like that. And it very rarely goes in your favor. More than likely cleans your account out. Anyway, enough rambling there. 15-minute above and below the moving averages. Moving averages are flat, but we do have a crossover the moving averages here. So I'd be very curious to see what's going to happen this morning. It's not a case of completely sitting on the sides. This is the midline almost of our range. And another bit of textbook stuff here at the moment that's forming. Bottom of the range, top of the range, and the midline of the range is always quite important. There is a gap there as well, but I'm not entirely convinced of anything, to be honest. So whatever happens, if there are shorts that are brewing, there's a pin bar here which will ambush you right there. I'll give you levels now. So whatever shorts are brewing, if they are brewing, you're going to be looking. Sorry, we've got to get all of these levels in because it's so important. I'm going to drop down to the 5-minute for this because it's going to give you a sense for a better sense for what the hell's going on. So even on the 5 minutes, above and below, above and below, above and below, complete confusion. Bulls are really trying to keep this, prop this up. Look at this. This is after hours trading. This was going into the close. No, this is after the close. So cash market closed somewhere over here. But anyway, it's probably in the same zone. So we flat on the cash market, but we've got the strong area of resistance by 17,717, 17,721. So 17,700, and you can see by the chaos at this level. Look there, and I just want to just find where that 17,701. So 3. There we go. So 17,700. Look at this on the 5-minute. First rejection. Attempt to find support. Attempt to find support. Breakthrough. Attempt to find support. Attempt to find support. Attempt to find support. So this is just an indication where the bulls are sitting. They're sitting here at 17,700 and they don't want this thing to fall. So and now we're back above it. Pre-market drop below it, above it, below it. So we haven't really tested it. So yeah, 17,700 from a long perspective is a valid opportunity, but you're going to be capped by 17,717 and 17,721. But if you start getting above that, you're probably going to target these tails at the top here and ultimately target top of the range at 17,747. If we reject this area, that's the interesting one, although we're back above moving averages now, so I'm not entirely sure that that is going to play out either. My gut is telling me that we're just going to be ranging here. Shorts really would only come into play once we start dropping below Tuesday's lows here at 17,629. Until then, the wise decision is to just sit back and wait. But because of these series of lower highs here, I would be interested in seeing if I can get an early shot at this at around 17,721. But that's going to be a very small position and stop us just above this range. And that would be from a short perspective. But if we get it back above that, I'm sitting on the side. I don't want to be long, definitely not with what I'm seeing. But if I miss this entry and it drops below 17,690, it'll probably come and test this zone here and then pull back for a rejection in this area. That may be the next opportunity. But yeah, that's kind of my view at the moment, that realistically, and the clever thing to do is just sit back and wait for a better setup. Go apply your knowledge on another instrument or on a share CFD. There's so much to trade out there, but just use your knowledge and stay calm and pick something that is not doing this. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.